more afterwards. I'll talk a bit about the resources and how to get more resources and what the resources do. So first, you have three types of resources. You have manpower, munitions, and fuel. You get those by capping territory on the map. So if we look on the map, you have different points here on the map. You have strategic points, munition points, and fuel points. Now, in order to get more fuel and munitions, you need obviously to capture these points. Not only do they need to be captured, but they need to be connected to your home base. So your home base right here, we can see that it's a territory. It's always captured. So in order to get fuel coming in, we need to capture this territory here. Or I'm sorry, this territory here and this one here. So that's what I'll send my pioneers to do. Manpower, it's always a constant flow of manpower, which can change as when your army gets bigger. So when you get more units in the game, this number will drop down actually, and there's no real way of getting more manpower flow. Besides, if you get some units killed, a lot of units killed, then your manpower rate will go back up. Each strategic point that you capture over here gives you 3 munitions and 5 munitions and 3 fuel, and this is per minute. So the amount you see here, the plus 11, plus 7, and plus 292 is the amount you're getting per minute. Now I'm gonna capture the fuel point right here, and notice how it takes longer to capture a fuel point than a strategic point. So again, if we look at the map here, by the way, there's a hotkey, and I'll talk about those later as well. There's a hotkey to bring up the strategic map, the tactical map, and it's 0 on your keypad. So as you see now, I connected the fuel right here. So now I'm getting more fuel. You'll see I'm at plus 14. So each fuel point or munition points gives you plus 7. So that my fuel point right now, I was at plus 7 before. Now I'm at plus 14 because it obviously gives me 7 fuel more a minute. Same thing with the munition. So if I go and capture this munition here, this munition point, I'll get 7 more munitions per minute. IPK, maybe what you can do for me is come and capture my cutoff point.
Yep.
So I can give an example. I can give an example of how it works. So as I was saying before, in order to get those resources, your territories needs to be connected to your home base. So one strategy in Company of Heroes is not necessarily to cap off the points that the fuel or ammo points that your enemy captured, but a strategic point that connects those points to your enemy's base. So you'll get a warning, like I just did, that your enemy's capturing one of your sectors. You'll see the sector going down like this, and once you've lost control, you don't see anymore what's going on. You don't see any more. The fog of war is completely active around that point. I'll go into a bit more detail here. So now that I don't have the point anymore, you can see that those territories are flashing. They're flashing blue on the tactical map and on your little mini map right here. So that means you got those points, but they're not connected to your home base. So as you can see here, my resources are completely gone. Well, there's plus 6 and plus 4 because that's what you start with. How about I let you explain IpKaiFung a bit of the capping points, how they're different from COH1, and maybe how you see units through the fog of war when you get to the center of the point.
Yeah, sure. So, for example, if you played COH1, for example, you know, you'd have to go straight up to the point to cap it. But in TOH2, they've introduced these capping circles. So I'll go to a point where there's no units in it.
Yep.
So basically, just to cap. So I'm going to the fuel point that you can see on the map. I'm just going to go in there. I'm going to start capping it, but you won't be able to see the unit.
The enemy is taking our territory.
So you shouldn't be able to see the unit. You just see the area around the flag. But I'm slowly capping it, but you can't tell what the unit is, and that's because of the capping circles.
So the capping circles he's talking about is the whole circle right here. So you can decap the area as long as your unit is in that circle. I'll let you continue.
Yeah. And what you can do to stop the cap is if I show you, have you got those pioneers near the
I'll come
ammo point? Yeah, if you move them out of the ammo point for a second, I'll just highlight this now. So now I'm going to start decapping the ammo point now.
Let's move it. Enemy forces are securing our territory.
If you put one of your own units into the capping circle, it will stop any movement in the cap. So the piles are not. So as the piles come in, hopefully I can stop them from shooting your men. I'll just keep moving them. Right, as you notice there, the capping circle isn't going down. So the only way I can continue decapping the point is if I kill the piles or force them to retreat. Or make them leave.
Pioneers! They're killing us!
Also, something of note as well, it doesn't matter how many units you have in the circle, it doesn't make it cap any faster or any slower.
So now maybe if you IPK, if you can bring your units close to the circle, to the capping point, like in the middle of the capping point.
Yeah, sure. So then, you know, if you just click on it normally, your infantry will run straight up to the point, and then you can see whatever's capping the point then.
So just to recap this, as you can see here, if your enemy or if yourself wants to capture your enemy's point, it's not a good idea to click on the point directly. The reason why is because, like you just saw here, I was able to see which kind of unit was capturing that sector because he was right in the middle of the point. So if you keep your units at the edge of the capturing area, your opponent won't be able to see what type of unit is capturing that specific area. Just give me a second, guys, because I'm gonna lower the sound in game because I think it's too loud compared to our voices. So now another trick with capping is I'll introduce a bit about the queuing up commands. So to give commands to your units, obviously you probably noticed you just right click on the map and they'll go where you want. If you click on the point itself, it will go there and it will capture it. Now if you hold the shift key and give it another order, it will finish what it's doing first and then go to that second order you gave that unit if you're holding shift the whole time. So I clicked on this point here while holding shift, and after my engineers finish capturing this point, they will get to the second. They will go to the second point here that I asked them to go to, and they'll capture that one. Now this gives you a good advantage when you're busy and you don't want to. You're managing other units, and you just want those units to go from one point to another and cap the map for you without worrying about them. But the disadvantage is that they'll go straight to the point here, and if that point is captured by your enemy, they'll see what type of unit is capping that point. So he might send a unit that can counter that unit. And the other disadvantage is because if you're able to manage your units without using queuing up the commands. So for example, I could have told my engineers to go to the edge of this capture point here, and when they're done, I can tell them to go to the next one, and instead of moving from the middle here to go to the second point, they can start right away from the edge of this point here. So you can go a little bit faster at capping your territories at the beginning of the game by micromanaging your units that way, by them going to the edge of the areas.